The internet is an amazing goldmine of information for cancer survivors, but it's also a landfill of misinformation. Working in oncology, I spend a lot of my time separating myths from facts for my patients, mostly about cancer nutrition. Some are funny, but some are genuinely alarming because they can actually be dangerous for your health, not to mention the fact that they're misleading vulnerable people with cancer. I mean, cancer's already hard enough to navigate. The last thing anyone needs is to be misled with fake cures or advice. That's why I want to shed a little light on 10 of the most common claims I've heard about cancer nutrition. Some true, some not, and some absolutely ridiculous. Let's start with the myth that you need to avoid all dairy to beat cancer. A lot of wellness experts, especially on social media, are telling people that dairy causes inflammation and contains hormones that everyone, especially cancer survivors, should be avoiding. The truth is that the research on the connection between dairy and cancer is completely mixed, and nothing is conclusive. Some studies do suggest that eating too much high-fat dairy may be associated with an increased risk of prostate cancer, or that the hormones in dairy can contribute to hormone-sensitive cancers like breast cancer, but the evidence is very inconclusive. Meanwhile, a lot of other studies show that yogurt, which is dairy, actually has anti-inflammatory properties because it contains probiotics and supports your gut health, which is crucial for strengthening your immune system and lowering inflammation. Dairy is also high in calcium, vitamin D, and CLA, which lowers the risk of colon cancer. So, unless you're lactose intolerant, enjoy your cheese. There's no need to avoid it to beat cancer. Okay, next up, claim number 2. Red meat causes cancer. So, yes or no? Yes, processed red meat does cause cancer. This is a 100% proven fact. Deli meats, sausages, and hot dogs are directly linked to cancer. But non-processed red meat, like a steak, is not directly linked to cancer if you eat it in moderation. The problem is that most people don't realize how much red meat is considered safe, and restaurants serve way bigger portions than what is healthy. It's recommended that we eat no more than 15 oz of non-processed red meat per week, and no more than 3 oz per serving. I mean, how many restaurants will serve a 3 oz steak? Not unless they want to go out of business. Also, eating red meat that is charred or burnt can increase our cancer risk because it produces harmful compounds like amines and hydrocarbons that are known to cause cancer. So, to be safe, I would say eat red meat no more than twice a week. Be careful not to overcook it, and choose leaner options like a sirloin or a tenderloin, which has less fat. Okay, claim number 3. The alkaline diet helps you beat cancer. This is just false. This diet claims that eating alkalizing foods will change your body's pH levels, turning it into a hostile environment for cancer cells. On paper, this may sound logical, even revolutionary. But unfortunately, in reality, it's biologically impossible. Your body tightly regulates its pH levels. If the pH balance in your blood were to shift even slightly, your body would correct it. And if it didn't, you'd have a lot more to worry about than cancer. You'd be in a life-threatening situation. But although the alkaline diet may not change your body's pH, it does promote eating more fruits, vegetables, and whole foods, and eating less processed foods in general, which is the best way to lower your cancer risk. Okay, claim number 4. This is my favorite. Sugar fuels cancer. This one strikes fear into people's hearts like no other. Suddenly, even a small slice of birthday cake can seem like a life or death decision. Now, it is true that sugar or glucose does fuel cancer cells more than any other type of food, but cancer cells can still get energy from fats or proteins as well. So, cutting out sugar completely won't starve cancer, but limiting the amount of sugar you eat can significantly reduce your risk of cancer recurrence. Eating too much sugar can indirectly lead to cancer in a few different ways. 1. It creates inflammation in your body, which cancer cells love. 2. It weakens your immune system, which is your body's main defense against cancer. And 3. It can lead to other health conditions like diabetes or obesity that significantly increase your risk of getting cancer or having it come back. So, although I do absolutely recommend cutting sugar out of your diet as much as possible, that doesn't mean you can never enjoy a cookie or ice cream ever again. Just not every day. The easiest way to eat less sugar is to focus on eating more whole foods and less processed foods. The majority of processed foods do contain some form of sugar. Even if they don't taste sweet, they still do. I have a couple of other videos on how to effectively cut back on sugar, and I'll link those below for you to watch next if you're interested. Okay, claim number 5. This one's crazy. Drink 12 glasses of carrot juice a day to keep cancer away. I don't know who came up with this one, but apparently, carrots are the new holy grail of cancer prevention. This poor breast cancer patient of mine was told by her naturopath that drinking carrot juice all day detoxifies the body and kills cancer cells. Carrots are no doubt nutritious, full of beta-carotene and vitamin A, but drinking excessive amounts of carrot juice won't detoxify your body. It can, however, turn your skin bright orange. So if you're auditioning for Willy Wonka, perfect. But in terms of beating cancer, you need the nutrients from a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, not just carrots. But if you pair those carrots with leafy greens, berries, and whole grains, now you're fighting cancer. Okay, claim number 6. Eating soy causes cancer because soy contains plant estrogens. We used to think that eating it would increase our risk of getting hormone-sensitive cancers like breast cancer. But now that more research has been done on this, we know that our bodies treat plant estrogen completely differently than human estrogen. So now, not only is soy considered safe for all cancer patients to eat, it's actually recommended to lower your risk of cancer recurrence. Having said that, not all soy products are healthy. Whole soy foods like tofu, tempeh, or edamame are very healthy, but highly processed soy isolates are not. You'll find these in a lot of protein powders, plant-based meats, or dairy substitutes like soy cheese or yogurt, so be sure to only eat these in moderation. Okay, let's talk about another ridiculous one. Claim number 7. Microwaves cause cancer. There's a whole crowd of people on social media who are convinced that microwaving food unleashes a whole bunch of dangerous, cancer-causing radiation. But spoiler alert, that's not how a microwave works. Microwaves heat food by causing the food molecules to vibrate and generate heat. They do not make your food radioactive. The truth is that your microwave is a time-saving hero, so go ahead and reheat your leftovers without giving it a second thought. Claim number 8. Fasting cures cancer. So, in my opinion, this is another yes and no answer. Unfortunately, fasting alone can't cure cancer, but there are more and more studies coming out on how fasting or even intermittent fasting is something we can do to help prevent cancer or keep it from coming back. Some studies have shown that patients who fast before and after receiving cancer treatments like chemo or radiation can make them more effective. When you don't eat for an extended period of time, your body starts this amazing process called autophagy, where it kind of cleans up and gets rid of any abnormal or precancerous cells. I'll be getting into this more in another upcoming video. It's really fascinating. But I know that fasting for more than, say, 12 hours can be dangerous for some people. So if it is something you do want to try, it's always best to run it by your doctor first, especially if you have underlying health conditions or you're taking certain medications. It can lead to malnutrition, muscle loss, and even a weakened immune system, which is exactly what you don't want after cancer. Okay, claim number 9. Eating only raw foods will prevent cancer. No. Well, not necessarily. There's a bunch of raw food enthusiasts who claim that cooking fruits and vegetables will destroy all the enzymes in them and make them less nutritious. I mean, cooking fruits and vegetables does destroy some of their enzymes, but it doesn't mean that it strips them of all their nutrients. The truth is that some veggies are healthier when they're cooked, and some are healthier when they're eaten raw, depending on the nutrients they contain. Some nutrients become easier for us to absorb when heated, like the lycopene in tomatoes, whereas others are better absorbed when the veggies are raw, like the sulforaphane we get from broccoli. But honestly, I wouldn't be overly concerned by eating veggies raw or cooked as long as you're eating them. Even if you have to pour cheese sauce or gravy over them, it's better to get them in than not. But if you're going through chemo or immunotherapy, or your immune system is compromised for other reasons, it is always safer to eat your food cooked to kill any potentially harmful bacteria in it. Okay, another crazy one. Claim number 10. Lemon water is the best treatment for cancer. I wasn't aware of this until recently, but according to some corners of the internet, lemons are 10,000 times stronger than chemotherapy. First of all, where did this oddly specific number come from? Did someone do a clinical trial where patients were given lemon water instead of chemotherapy? I hope not. Yes, lemons are high in vitamin C and antioxidants, which are great for helping your body fight cancer and supporting your cancer treatments. But lemons alone cannot cure cancer. I will say this though, adding lemon to your water is not only a great way to get in extra antioxidants, it's also a great way to help you drink more water. At least this works for me. The next time you come across a wild claim about cancer nutrition, just think, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Stick with science, eat more veggies, and don't stress over the occasional dessert. Actually, if you do come across any other crazy claims about cancer nutrition, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. Bye for now.